lose to that green-screened little shit, and I didn't want a therapist to make me feel okay about it. You know what makes you feel okay about losing? Winning. I got on a plane to New York.
There was an escape from the off-world colonies 2 weeks ago. 6 replicants, 3 male, 3 female. They slaughtered 23 people and jumped a shuttle.
Secure the box. Set it for 200 years. We'll keep them in the city for 200 years.
Captain's log, stardate 23.9, rounded off to the nearest decimal point. We've traveled back in time to save an ancient species from total annihilation.
Asteroid strike is expected September 23rd. In the movie Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, an asteroid strikes September 23rd. Julia Julia, a meteor strikes September 23rd. Knowing, solar flare strikes September 22nd, lasting until September 23rd. Little Shop of Horrors, humans are threatened by an event, September 23rd. Tomorrowland, disaster strikes September 23rd. 23, hell will arrive September 23rd. Sleepy Hollow, a dimension opens up September 23rd. Ghostbusters, evil is released on September 23rd. This is the end. 9/23 is the date the rapture happens. Pandemic, outbreak starts September 23rd.
All right, here's the deal, guys. If you don't like looking at dates, go watch something else, because you may or may not like this. It is not my problem. You're going to keep picking dates, and we're all choosing dates. The cat and mouse game has not ended. I don't like it. You don't like it. Nobody likes it. But this is the cat and mouse game the Jesuits flip and play. They give us February 15th, the gates of hell will open, and all this nonsense. They give us all this September 23rd coding. So the point is, why? Why do they give us September 23rd ad nauseum? Why do they give us the month of September at all? Well, we're going to figure that out in the next few minutes here. But let's look at the track record. All right, the track record. On February 13, 2022, 10 days in advance, I said Russia would attack Ukraine on February 23rd. It happened exactly on February 23rd. It was February 24th there. It was February 23rd here, late at night at 10:30 p.m. Exactly on that day. Nobody has hit as many dates because I use these calendars. We look at calendars. Fletcher didn't know about February 23rd, 2 weeks in advance. That's the day Russia would hit Ukraine. He certainly didn't. On September 5th, 2023, I said the monkeys will mock, because that's what brain-dead graphing masses do. That's what the degenerate retards do that don't read. Shimshat Torah is what is circled on the Black Eyed Peas calendar in 2022, right? Shimshat is the last day of the Torah is read. That is October 8th and 9th. And if you see this arrow, I pointed to exactly the date, October 7th. That was on September 5th. I said something's going down October 7th. Something is going down October 7th. Exactly on October 7th, we had a massive Israel ritual. I don't know what the ritual is going to be, obviously. I always think it's going to be the New York nuke, but there was a massive ritual happen exactly, and I had that date a month in advance. Anybody else on the worldwide interweb knew about October 7th over a month in advance? No, because they don't look at calendars, because they're degenerate monkey asses. And if you're pissed off about these dates, about having this cat and mouse game, here's a flyer that I found. This guy will help you go from sad to happy by some dance classes. So pause the video, scan this QR code if you're pissed. Obviously, it's a cat and mouse game, and a lot of us are going to need therapy, okay? And now the question is, how was I able to find hours and hours and hours of content about September 26th? I just make all that stuff up. It was literally exactly the Elul 23 and, countless hours of videos about September 26th. And exactly on September 26th, we got massive, massive rituals that I've said at nauseum. Hurricanes and natural deaths and all kinds of stuff, right? So September 26th was massive in 2024. The reason I knew September 26th, and I started making these videos, by the way, on September 5th. Those other posts you see were on Facebook. I started making these videos on September 5th. I said the day to watch is September 26th. The reason I started on September 5th is because September 5th was New Year's Eve, Elul 29. I said something's going down to Elul 29, and it was a big down day in the market, but nothing else happened. I said, well, the next day to watch is September 26th. Well, we're back at that point in our lives here, but now we're all a lot smarter. We're a lot smarter. We know the Jesuits are going to play this cat and mouse game until the very end of days. Okay, they're going to play this game. What is the very last day that they can play this game? It's not going to be September 26th, obviously. But what does that say? The 22nd, right? The 22nd on their calendar. The 22nd on their calendar. Their calendar started, obviously, that was September 5th. You had 21 days, and that's why I got to September 26th. And that's why we had massive rituals on this day, September 26th, right? So it's a 21-day countdown is what it is to this day. And why is this day important? Because that's Shemini Ezrat. How did I know October 7th, 2023, a month in advance? Because it was exactly Shemini Ezrat, the 22nd day on the calendar. That's how I knew it a month in advance. Did the keyboard warriors know it a month in advance? Did the fleshtards know it a month in advance? They were picking every date in the month of September back in 2023. The Dr. Barry dumbass and the rest of them. They don't pay attention. This is New Year's Eve right here. This is New Year's Eve. So this is why you don't know if they're going to pull it on March 30th, New Year's Eve, or if they don't pull it on March 30th, New Year's Eve, March 30th, 31st, if we don't see an event on Black Monday by 3:20 p.m., then the next day to watch is obviously the Great 8 Day, Shemini Ezrat. Do I know if they're going to pull it on New Year's Eve? No. But if we get past New Year's Eve, if we get past New Year's Eve, we have to look at October 7th over and over again, right? October 7th over and over again. Why do we have to repeat October 7th over and over again? Because they're going to do October 7th again. And when was that? When was that caption? The 22nd. Do you get it? They're using the damn calendars. October 7th. What was that day? The 22nd. They simply use the Gentile October and put it as the 22nd on that caption right there, right? That's exactly what they did. They put it on that caption. So now you know what they're doing. They're using this date. So we have to go to Shemini Ezrat. We have to go to Shemini Ezrat. We don't have a choice. And let's look at Shemini Ezrat, the mirror of Shemini Ezrat. And once again, if you don't like looking at dates, go look elsewhere. Go look at Fletcher, all the dates Fletcher's going to pick from now until the end of time, right? So bottom line is, I picked exact dates. It's the only I pick exact dates. And how many rituals have we had? March 28th. I had a month in advance. We got a 7.7 earthquake with thousands of people dead. A Lupercalia ritual on that exact day. Give me a break. They are using these damn calendars. That October 22nd caption you just saw, there's no doubt about it. So what day are we looking at? I don't even have to tell you. You can see it right in front of your face. What day are we looking at? If it's not going to be right here on Black Monday, if we're not going to get an event, I don't know if we're going to get an event. If we're not going to get an event on Black Monday or Sunday night, tonight, or Black Monday, then the next day to watch is obviously right here on April 22nd. April damn 22nd. Why April 22nd? Because April 22nd, right here, is the date. It is the Shemini Ezrat connection, April 27, October 7th, over and over again. Why do they give you all the September 23rd coding? Because the Jew calendars are 6 months apart. 1 plus 6 is 7, Sept 23, right here. September 23rd, right here. And also, it's September 24th here, September 24th. So we got the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th. And what day is that? That's a Tuesday with a 23. September 23rd. So let's look at the Black Eyed Peas calendar I used to know about the Russia war, when Russia would attack Ukraine on the exact day, weeks in advance. It's a Tuesday. It's the 23 marked off. It's going to be Gentile 22, right? Gentile 22, April 22nd, midday, right here, Sept 22, midday, right here, the day of abortion. When was abortion legalized? Exactly on 1/22, January 22nd. That's how they hide it. This is New Year's Eve. If you study Shemini Ezrat, if you listen to Khan John and study Shemini Ezrat, that is the true New Year's Eve, right? Because the Feast of Trumpets is the warning. Then you got 10 days until Nisan 10, which is Tishri 10. So you got 10 days until Nisan 10, until Yom Kippur. And then that's when judgment is sealed. Judgment is sealed that day. When is judgment delivered? Judgment is delivered exactly right here on the 22nd on the biblical calendar. Of course, they're going to wait until the very last day, the biblical calendar, April 22nd, right? Which is obviously the 23rd and the 24th. That's why they said you'll never forget where you're standing on September 24th, right here, September 24th. Nothing was the same, right? Then you got September 22nd midday, right? September 22nd midday. If your arc is not done by then, you will be. But why do they give us this coding? 326, that's 923. That's how they hit it. 923. And what month are we in? We're in month 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 723 right there. That's how they're hiding it. They're not going to let this cat and mouse game go. They're going to play it as long as possible, but they can't play it after the 22nd of Nisan. And the 22nd of Nisan, they're going to tell you is, the 22nd of Nisan is obviously April 20th. I think that's Easter, but they're going to play it all the way until this April 22nd date. That's what it comes down to, because, like I just showed you, it matches the Black Eyed Peas calendar. Screwed with us, and they screwed with us. Asteroid could hit Earth. Asteroid could hit Earth on election day, right? But look at that timestamp, 423. 423. And you just saw in that caption, how did they play out that caption? They put October 22nd here, talking about October 7th. You get it? They're using the Torah day, the Hebrew day, and the Gentile month right here. So that's exactly what they're doing here with that timestamp, 423. This is 423. It all is connected right here. It's the very last day of their 2024 connection. This is how I knew October 7th. That's how I knew February 7th. February 23rd in 2022. And September 26th, we got those massive rituals. So we know that's important. And if you don't want to go to look at this date, then don't look. I don't care. Freaking 122 is the day. And that's why abortion was legalized on January 22nd. And obviously on the altars of Baal, right? So on the exact day they legalized abortion is the exact day they're going to burn Babylon. And when was abortion legalized? In 1973. January 22nd, 1973. What is 50 full years? What is 50 full years? January 22nd, 2024. 50 years, the Jubilee. January 22nd, 2024. When does 2024 end? Well, obviously, it ends on April 22nd, 2025, right? That's how they hit it. You got to use your brain. They're not going to go to January 22nd, 2024, because all the degenerate monkey losers that can't read are looking at that date. So they're going to go to the very last day, and that's why they did it on January 22nd. But now we're all asking, what about Christmas at Ground Zero? What the hell about Christmas at Ground Zero? So if we're looking at the date 1/24, right? 1/23/24. If we're looking at this date, April 22nd, and that date is 1/22, 1/23, 1/24, let's look at Christmas. If we go to Christmas, we know zero's not a number. What date is Christmas? 1/22 precisely. Christmas, 1/22. That's why they give us Christmas at Ground Zero right here. And when did Christmas at Ground Zero release? What are the odds? Not on Christmas, but on 4/23. 4/23. Are you kidding me? Exactly on April 22nd. Come on, guys. What else did they give us? They gave us right here December 5th, right? December 5th was that 3-5 connection, that March 5th connection I kept talking about. And the market closed at 666 on that day. Let's look at what March 5th was back in 2024. March 5th in 2024 was exactly right here, 12/25, Christmas, right there. So they're taking out the zero. They're taking out the zero. We're going to the 22nd is what we're doing. And why did Beirut get bombed exactly on July 30th? The date I had weeks in advance, July 30th, the exact day Beirut got bombed, right? Because it was 5/3, March 5th. Look at that date, 5-3. But what is that date? It's July 30th. What month are we going to be in? We're in month 1 and we're in month 7. 7-2-3. The exact day that Beirut got bombed. And it was a Tuesday, the 23rd. Exactly the day that we're looking at right here. It's going to be Tuesday, and it's exactly the 23rd. 1, 2, 3, right? That's what they're doing. And what about Donnie Darko and the rest of that nonsense? Donnie Darko had 1224 on his arm and 628, 826. Everything was coded on this October date, right? Why in October? Why in October? October 24 is when all this stuff was coded. This was the 222 day. It's the exact day. I'm like, something's going down on this day, and it happened just a few days later on this day right here, and I had that date a month in advance, and that's when Israel hit Iran. And that day was right here, October 26th. What is October? October is month 10. Once again, they took out the 0. 1, 2, 2 again. Everything is connected to this abortion date. Let's see what happened in January. What happened in January? Actually it was February. February, the movie came out. The movie was called Everyone is Going to Die. Fear Has a Face. One eye symbolism. When was that? When was that movie coming out? February 21st, right? And what was February 21st? Once again, February 21st was the 22nd, 12/22, December 22nd. We go to our December 22nd, right? What is our December 22nd? Right there, 122. So we're obviously looking at 122. We're all gonna flip and die. All the monkeys are gonna die. That's why the monkey movie came out on February 21st. How does it connect to Barbie and the rest of it? Well, March 5th is Christmas, right? March 5th was that 12/25 connection. That's how you get Christmas. They're taking out the 0. The Fletch Tarzan, everyone's going to pick every day from here on out. And you can pick every day from here on out. It doesn't bother me. I don't really care. You can mock and scoff. Doesn't bother me. Bottom line is that March, we have to have, just like I had September 5th, 2024, we got a down day in the market, but that wasn't the ritual. I realized we have to wait till September 26th, and we got all those rituals. Well, now we have to wait 21 days, or if we don't get a ritual on March 30th, 31st, we have to wait until Shemini Ezra and the Shemini Ezra connection. And when is the Shemini Ezra connection? It's clearly October 7th over and over again, right? It's October 7th over and over again. And it just happens to be the 22nd ends. The 22nd, see how the 22nd ends? It just happens to be the 8th day of Passover. But more importantly, it's that Nisan 22 connection, the head of the month. If the head of the month is Nisan, then obviously the 22nd of the month is going to be right here on April 22nd. That's the day that all hell breaks loose. That's why you get that timestamp of 423 and the rest of it. But what about World War III breaking out on 5/17, on May 17th? That's our March calendar, right? So if we go to our March calendar, 3/17. If we go to 3/17, what is that day? That day right there is 3/26, 9/23. That's how they hit it, right? And when is 9/23? Well, 9/23, obviously you have to go to the 23rd. When is the 23rd? When is 9/23? Well, obviously 1 + 6 is 7. 9/23 is right there. That's why they give you all that September 23rd coding. So once again, Judgment, the Feast of Trumpets, this is where all the chaos, all the stuff begins. You're going to go all the way till April 10th. Nisan 10. So let's check when Nisan 10 is. Nisan 10 is going to be on April 8th, right? 88 miles an hour, April 8th. You're going to go to April 8th. And then once you get to April 8th, that's when judgment is sealed. Nothing's going to happen then. But this is when judgment is delivered right here on Nisan 24. Why Nisan 24 and not Easter? Because Easter is obviously too obvious, number one. But the reason Nisan 24 is because it's the end of the 22nd. That's why they said September 22nd midday. 22nd starts here, but midday is right here on this day, Tuesday. And what are the odds? It matches the all-important calendar that never misses, the Black Eyed Peas calendar, right there with the 23 circled with a big X through it. They're warning you about this day, and that's what it is. And this is why Blondie shows these dates, but what date is she standing in front of in this thing? On the 22nd, right? New Year's Eve, the 22nd, right here. The exact day she's standing in front of is the 22nd. They're trying to point us to the New Year's Eve. And what are the odds? We're on March 30th, Sunday, and Sunday just happens to be New Year's Eve in 2025 on the Jewish calendar. So they're screwing with us right here. But the day after, the day they're telling us to look at, is if nothing goes down on this day, which I don't know if it is or not, but if nothing goes down on this Sunday to Monday date, the day we look at is right here on the 22nd, right there. And that's the day Israel got attacked, on the 22nd of Tishri. So obviously Babylon is going to get attacked on the 22nd connection to Nisan. And when does the 22nd end on the biblical calendar? It ends exactly on April 22nd after midday. So the night of after 3:20 p.m. on April 22nd.
Mr. Lover, Mr. Lover, Mr. Lover, sexy undercover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic, touching on me back, she says I'm